Come on through, Cookie. I want to put my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, let's talk about Empire, Season 3, Episode 5. Okay, so when this episode started, there was a whole lot of goings on. We seen Shyne and a bunch of thugs basically getting things together. It looked like they were getting ready to go do a hit or a drive-by or a little bit of both, that whole thing. So, the last thing I heard him say is, let's go kill some lions. So okay. And all throughout that, we actually see like Cookie and we see all of the Lyons family, but we see them all doing whatever it is that they're doing, running their regular schedules, except for Lucious. We see Lucious, he's basically running around and he is saying he knows that Shyne is going to clap back. So he was in the process of gathering. Cookie was actually out with the little with the little guy that she hangs out with, little congressman. And they end up, they came like 8 people strong to get Cookie. Like, great, everybody listen to that bullshit. Let's go. And they snatched her up. Lucius brought everybody back. The last person that he went to get was Andre. Never got to get Andre. Andre was there. Shyne got to Andre, pulled a gun on Andre. The only thing that stopped him from shooting Andre was Nessa. Nessa was actually there because Andre had just got that fucking her brains out. Shyne got all pissed off about that. Like, what are you doing? You smashing this fool, this, that, thing, and the other. They went back and forth. She's like, it is what it is. Don't do this. He had her hauled off. He probably smacked her around because he smacked her around. And so we're right back again. So now she's his sister again. Remember the whole sister versus the niece versus all that with the writing? Something was going on. But now she's the sister again. She's the sister again. But anyway, so she's his sister. They take her on off. Later on, we actually see, he told Andre, he said, I'll be back. I don't do any dirt in front of her. But I'll be back and I'll probably save you for last. So Nessa and Andre actually end up seeing each other later on, and she's like, you go and beat him up and all of this. And she was like pissed off with Andre, and Andre was like, no. He smooths everything over with her and basically lets her know, I'm going to work everything out. Everything's going to be good. Trust me. Everything with you and I is fabulous, and I'm going to work out everything with him, and it's going to be cool. She's like, okay. So then we see Cookie goes over to her PO, and her PO cracks down on her. Like, she was real by the book when Cookie went in there and made her pee in a cup and all that. And Cookie's like, what's going on? Is there somebody, coming after you to come after me, or what's really going on? She didn't say anything to Cookie. She just was like, Mrs. Lyon, do what it is you're supposed to do. Don't come up in here late, this, that, thing, and the other. So Cookie got pissed. And then she let the little Tay Diggs character, the little congressman, she let him know. She said she thought that he was the one putting the brakes to it and being involved in the situation. And she got mad at him and threw his ass out of her apartment. And he kept telling her, no, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. At the end of the program, they actually came, the PO, her supervisor, and him came down to Cookie and let her know that it was not him and that they were sorry and she was being reprimanded. So, come to find out, it was that damn Lucius. Lucius puts his hand in everything. Lucius is dirty. Puts his hand in everything. Let's see. Becky is still trying to hang in there with Empire. And now there's this guy, Xavier. Her and him kind of, he's shady. I don't like him. He's really shady, and he kind of, I think he undermines Becky, is what I see. But Becky is trying to push for more responsibility to try to get over to A&R and all of that, and they're just not really hearing her. Well, there was a whole scene where Tiana came in to record. Becky did what Cookie told her not to do, had Tiana record a song. The song was hot. Xavier was like, oh, damn, Becky, you were right. You know, this thing, that thing, and the other. Then he took his ass and snitched to Cookie about what Becky had did. Tiana got mad because Tiana didn't know Becky was lying to her, that she wasn't really going to get her way and be able to release that single. Because that was the single that Tiana wanted. And Cookie was like, no, it's this one. And Tiana got pissed off and said she wanted Becky taken off of her chain. So once they had the little meeting, and Cookie told her, it is what it is. And Becky's like, but didn't you like it? Didn't you like it, Cookie? It's good, it's good. And that's what we're supposed to do, give the artists what they want. She's like, exactly. She said, kick you off her chain. We're giving the artists what they want. Next time you'll learn how to pay attention to instructions. So I was like, okay. So then Becky had said to Xavier, I thought you said you liked the song. He did. He said, I did. And she said, well, why ain't you have my back? He gonna say, oh, because it's business. Shady, Annie. Shady. So Becky was pissed. So I don't know what Becky's going to do, but we know Becky. Becky done been around Lucious long enough. She's going to do something to get that motherfucking Xavier, and I'm going to be totally here for it. Okay, so, you know, we still got the whole thing with Little Romeo and Hakeem. They got this whole little thing back and forth. They got their little thing. They have this little battle. So Hakeem wants to do a clapback record. Jamal ends up telling him, you really shouldn't do that because you're just going to start to be known as the person that all you do, you made a whole career making clapback records, and that's not what you want. So Hakeem was supposed to be doing this whole live streaming concert situation. And Jamal talked him into the two of them collaborating. So he's like, okay, cool, no problem. Well, in the midst of everything, he goes and want to do the clapback thing. Jamal's like, nah, that ain't good. That ain't good at all. We ain't doing that like that. He ends up going off. Then Cookie gets involved. Cookie takes and tells little boy with the big shoes, you gonna do it the way that you and your brother rehearsed it? This, that, thing, and the other. Ain't nobody going through no bullshit. Don't fuck with my money. I'm not having it. And she smacked him upside his motherfucking head. And that was that. And told him, if you scared about getting on your dad's bad side, you really should be afraid of getting on your mama's bad side. I said, Lord, Cookie, she's a mess. So they go through all of that. Then when they actually have the streaming situation, here, remember, he likes Nessa, remember? But he doesn't know, the little boy with the big shoes doesn't know that Nessa been fucking Andre, okay? So the numbers were stable. The streaming numbers were stable, but they hadn't jumped. Lucious is rocking around there. That Lucious is a dirty bastard. He's walking around there, and he literally orchestrated a whole big reality blow up during this streaming session. Jamal does his part, and while Jamal's doing his part, Hakeem was waiting to go on to do his part. That goddamn Lucious gets in his ear and lets him know that Nessa's fucking Andre. Led him to believe that Jamal knew it. Child, Hakeem got up there and switched he switched all the lyrics and turned everything on the brothers. He literally did a rap and just slashed Jamal, called Jamal kind of faggots and gay this and gay that and on and on and on, and talked about Andre, fucking Nessa. It was a mess. It was a mess. Cookie was trying to get them to cut the cameras after the boys start arguing, because they got to argue and carry it on. They got to argue. It was a whole reality blow. It looked like a reunion show. And the cameras had turned, and Lucious was like, "What are you doing? Keep filming," because the numbers was just jumping. It was a mess. Child, that damn Hakeem was a mess. He called that damn. He called Jamal a fake ass Frank Ocean. Child, I about fell out on the floor. I said, "Lord have mercy." And Jamal called him on fake ass MC. Child, it was a mess. It was a whole big mess. Cookie was pissed off, and I said, "That damn Lucius is crazy." So, and as this Lucius got, I came right back up underneath him, and he's at odds with everybody else in the family as usual. Last thing I'm gonna talk about is that goddamn Shyne and Lucious. They had a little meeting. They got everything together, so they have this little collaboration now, where everything's gonna be cool. He's gonna keep on working with Hakeem. They gonna do some stuff with Nessa. He's gonna get an imprint on it and all of this. So nobody wants to kill anybody anymore. Everybody's cool, but they all still real shady. We see a scene where Tyreek is actually talking to Shyne, and Shyne's basically kind of throwing information out there about just throwing it out. Not really snitching, but throwing information out there to Tyreek about Lucious and Frank Gathers. This all happened after Lucious told Shad that he could work with goddamn Frida. Just shady. Shady as hell. So he said, he told Tyreek, he said, Lucious was up there in jail with Frank Gathers when he got killed. You think that's a coincidence? He's like, so what are you saying? He said, I ain't saying nothing. I'm just walking my dog. I said, oh, he's a dirty motherfucker. So that's kind of where they left off, and that's it for Empire. And I will see you guys next week. I'm glad it's back. It's been so many weeks. Child was actually in Vegas the last time this shit came on. Anyway, all right, I'll talk to y'all later.